Any time under 70 minutes would be a good one today, but no one was going to catch Elmore Sibanda, who kept his lead all the way to the finish.
The race was very tough because there was strong competitors. It was a very tough competition, especially from the first kilometer up to the 50 kilometer. It was just easy, but from there it was very tough. That's why I realized that I can come first position.
And he did just that, finishing in 65.36 and beating Kelvin Pangiso to the line by a healthy margin of 22 seconds. Top lady Olivia Chitate, whose time was 82.10, was more than 2 minutes faster than Alison Manake in second spot. Out at the EcoNet water point, the leaders in the marathon were still together. Moving through the game reserve area, the men kept up a steady 3.5 minute pace per kilometer, projecting to a finishing time of under 2 hours and 25 minutes. Major marathon competitors often have a pattern where a lead group stays together until late in the race, when someone makes a sudden break and destroys the integrity of the group. This was likely to happen here within a few kilometers. In fact, the breakup came sooner rather than later, with Lino Mochena, Milan Matende and Nkosiyasi Sibanda breaking away from Kurakwashe Kaduna and Marco Mumbo, three-time winner of the famous Cape Town ultramarathon, the Two Oceans. Soon, it was clear that the winner would come from either Sibanda in the blue vest or Matende in the yellow kit. With just over 4 kilometers to go, it looked like Sibanda in the colors of Harare Athletic Club had the edge, but soon a determined effort from Matende saw him draw level again. In the women's race, Monica Kativu and Twapo Berry were together, but ahead of them was Winile Mnisi. This competition now had an added edge to it, with Mnisi coming from Swaziland and not Zimbabwe. Soon, Berry dropped back, but her third place looked safe with no one closer than 5 minutes behind her. So now, Winile Mnisi looked good for a win for Swaziland in the EcoNet Vic Falls Marathon. At the turn on the Kazangula Road, Sibanda actually passed a meter or two behind Matende, who looked strong after a bad patch earlier on. As they raced off, Lino Mochena cleared the turn point, his gap clearly apparent to everyone. But Sibanda, who had other ideas, leaving his sprint until late in the race. At the end, he arrived at the finish nearly 200 meters clear of Matende. It was a superbly constructed race by an excellent athlete. Winile Mnisi kept up her steady pace and moved along towards the inevitable win. In the end, just under 5 minutes clear of Twapo Berry. In the men's marathon race, Sibanda took the win in 2 hours 23:25, ahead of Matende, Mochena, Kanduna and Marco Mumbo. The top three broke 2 hours 30. Another Sibanda, this time Elmore, won the Zambezi Light Half Marathon in 65:36, with Calvin Pangiso and Jonathan Chinyoka collecting the minor places. Winile Mnisi took the marathon title in 3:10:43, ahead of Twapo Berry and Monica Kativu, with an American runner, Margaret Levin, in fourth. Olivia Chitate won the half marathon convincingly in 82:10, ahead of Alison Manake in 84:39 and Helen Chiondo in 87:23. Edmund Makucha won the half marathon wheelchair race in 87:02, ahead of Alfred Moyo and Alexander Mlundla. in case of emergencies, there was plenty of medical support for the runners out on the road.
At the marathon today, we are taking part where we are escorting the runners up for any incidences which are happening on the road. And earlier on this morning, we had an incident where one had a fracture and we took the casualty to the hospital. We also have a roaming small response vehicle which is sweeping up any other participants who have head injuries. And we also have a tent at the farm school where we are attending to any other minor incidences. So far we've had runners, we've had sprains and cramps which we've been attending to, and also bruises and braces.
Davy Edison, you rock, baby! Wild Frontiers! Brilliant, absolutely brilliant half marathon for me. Fantastic, so well I got.
The sponsor of the half marathon this year was Zambezi Light.
Our strategy as Delta Beverages through our brand Zambezi Light is its involvement in sports. You find Zambezi Light is sponsoring the half marathon, the 21.1 kilometer here in Victoria Falls, as well as the other sporting events whereby it's given back to the community through its involvement with the Iron Wheel Charity Eco Challenge. We've been sponsoring this property for the past 12 years with Zambezi Light, and we are sponsoring this event to give back to 7 charity organizations.
Then it was time for all the winners to be recognized, and the big crowd applauded warmly as the category winners and runners-up received their medals. Finally, there was a wonderful lucky draw prize, courtesy of Botswana Tourism, of a holiday package to Chobe Game Reserve.
This year we are sponsoring a holiday prize for 2 winners to stay at Chobe Game Lodge. The prize winner will have a chance to do game drives, boat cruises, see different species, and it's going to be fun. I wish them all the best.
Finally, it was time to relax, and what better way than to take a cruise up the Zambezi.
I want to see if we can finish all the booze on this cruise, so definitely giving it a go. Thanks, I hope they keep it up, and see you next year.
So, another EcoNet Victoria Falls Marathon came to an end. With the African sun setting over the Zambezi, the minds of runners moved on to next year and the trip of a lifetime to our wonderful race in one of the world's great places. That report on the EcoNet Victoria Falls Marathon was proudly brought to you by EcoNet, inspired to change your world.